What is the Zambo mode theory? The Zambo mode theory is, first of all, the word Zambo means God. Is a meaning of God in African, in traditional African languages. Um, there are some people who have God as Jesus. There are some people who have God as Allah. But traditional African languages, you have God, call God like Zambo. Because when you read the definition here, um, it says, it says, in South Africa, it says that Zambo means the supreme being. So for you to be a supreme being, for you to be a supreme trader, like to reach the supremacy, right? The supremacy in trading, you need to have the ability to anticipate because Zambe is anticipation. So Zambe is anticipation. That's the number one thing with Zambe. A god, right? A god is the one who anticipates the move of simple beings in advance. So if the market is can be considered like a human being, your anticipation will be the God itself, right? So that's how you reach the supremacy in trading supremacy. So the goal of the Zambumo theory is for you to read the market with Ishimoku vegetable without guessing or making beginner mistakes. Without getting or making beginner mistakes, you need to spot the correct current direction, the exact entry, the precise take profit, right? Like a whale, even though you are a retail hyper elite trader. So who is a whale? Whales are guys like Vanguard, Blackhawk, those big guys who can know where the market goes, right? Those are the whales. Even Donald Trump is a whale because he's a market mover. Donald Trump is a market mover because he can affect the market by his decisions, the movement of the market by his decision. So even as a retail trader, you reach the Zambo mode level when you know the correct current direction. The keyword here is the correct one. The exact entry and the precise take profit. How do you know that? How do you know that? First of all, you have the ability to anticipate. What is anticipation? Anticipation is the fact that if you have a trade, a volume like this, you anticipate volume, right? A volume like this, you have the ability to enter at this level at the bottom and then hit the whole volume to the top. For example, of what is happening in Bitcoin right now. Your anticipation should have gave you the ability to literally enter at this bottom level and then it this whole ticket cross volume that you see going up here till where you see that this is crossing back down. You should have the ability to hit this whole volume. That's anticipation from this bottom level, here, or even better at this bottom, at this other bottom here, and make 7 times your risk, what you risk in a position. That's the level of anticipation that you need. That's the type of level of anticipation that you really need to be to activate the Zambo mode, the God mode, the supremacy mode. So anticipation is the key of everything. So now what I wanted to emphasize is more of the fact that, look, there is two two elements on the Zambe mode. Two elements on the Zambe mode. You have the mechanical elements and the psychological element. Psychological element. Let me tell you something about those two elements. The mechanical elements are what we often call skills. You need to be very skillful, right? Uh, on those elements, you have anticipation of volumes, and you also have your goal, right? Your goal is size. Okay, you have anticipation, and then you have also the size theory. What I call the size theory is what we will look on the next theory below, just this one. So you need to understand that, right? Mechanically, your goal cannot be, let me emphasize on this one. Your goal cannot be and will never be what you see. Your goal, right, will never be what you see. It cannot be dollars. It cannot be winning trades. It cannot be uh, capital. It cannot be passing perform challenges. That is not a goal. Those are for an hyper elite trader. That's not goals. Those are goals for pro traders, um, elite traders, and amateur who are beginners, right? That's what they are looking for. But an hyper elite trader, hyper elite trader, HE, his goal is to anticipate, first of all, anticipate volume, then size up the position from the entry to the take profit with the exactitude. When I say exactitude and preciseness, is that right? See, for example, on the Bitcoin here, I had a I had a on a previous video, I showed you that the trade was at this level, and then I predicted the price to move down to this point and then go back up. Okay. So at that time, I didn't have the size theory and I didn't have the competitive volume theory already manifested in my brain, in my lecture system. So I thought the price will go down from here and go down till this level. And I was right 50%, but I was wrong for the upside at 50%. So, but that's not an hyper elite level. That is just a not an hyper elite level, right? So what helped me, right, to fix it is to have the volume theory activated, like what I call the lucid clairvoyance regarding to the volumes. What do I call lucid clairvoyance regarding to the volume? At this level, for example, we are on daily, and this SSB daily is bended toward the upside, and then the price want to break it down. How do I know that my anticipation of the price to go down can keep going down, keep going down further from this level? Because normally SSB drag the price to the upside. How do I know? So you know it simply by using the volume kijun, the kijun bending. Kijun bending is a volume theory element that says that you have to you literally have um to see during on the SSB daily, you have to see kijun daily, kijun 1 hour going down like this. From this level, kijun 1 hour went down. From this level, kijun 1 hour went down. So if kijun 1 hour go down like this, and break the SSB 1 hour or daily, it means that this kijun is the proof that the price is keeps going down further, right? So the volume theory actually helped me to be mechanically greater. And the size theory is now helping me to know where to withdraw money. Because there is something about this trading that people ignore. It's not about looking at financial goals. That's why I don't have any financial goal technically. I have financial mindset milestones, but I'm not looking at it too much. I've shown you the risk reward worksheet. But what you need to understand is that the best goal for this one is volume, right? This one is volume. The best mechanical skills for a trader is anticipation, sizing up, and clearly seeing the volume. That is the hyper elite mechanical level. The hyper elite mechanical level. Those three. So I mean these three. You need to have a goal to size up the trade from the entry to the take profit, not just not solely relying on your will or and your wish to make money. Those are for bottom level pro and elite level. No. That's why Cristiano Ronaldo is not surprised to score a goal. That's why Lionel Messi is not surprised to score a goal. They are not surprised to do great things. Those are the hyper elite. Stephen Curry and LeBron James, same thing. Because their mechanical level is so great. And one thing is that there is, when we talk now about the psychological level, right? The psychological level on YouTube, you will see many gurus. Even me, I almost fall onto the trap of thinking that you are not profitable because you are not profitable, right? Because of what? Psychology. What do they call psychology? What they call psychology is you knowing that you have emotions, you have feelings, emotional feelings of fear of missing out or hesitation. What emotion again? I don't have this emotion anymore. That's why I'm even surprised again by I forgot even what those emotions was. Fear of missing out, hesitation, fear of entry, greed, take profit, greedy stop loss. Like those emotions of uncertainty, for example, it's not because you know that you have an emotion of uncertainty that you will become profitable. That's a bullshit. Knowing those emotions and those feelings is just like reading the ABCD in primary school. And after you know the ABCD, you need to also to know the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then you need to know all of the name of the month in the calendar, right? January, February, and the rest. After you know it, you already know the psychology. It's done. So knowing that will never make you profitable. Psychology, this type of psychology, this one will never make you profitable. I swear to God, it will never make you profitable. Even this journaling, there is now a trend on YouTube. Everybody talking about journaling, all those guru journaling. Let me tell you, never journal. Like, even if you journal your emotion, right? Let me tell you, the only thing that I've journaled the whole journey till I created all of these theories. I've only journaled the mechanical journal. Only. I have a whole Google sheet, a whole Telegram channel for my own private that has mechanical questioning. I will questioning myself mechanical a lot when I lose a trade, when I don't see, when I miss out, when I shake too much, when I hesitate, mechanically, right? I question the chart a lot mechanically, a lot of mechanical question. I didn't journal those type of feelings at all. I journal a lot of mechanical question. I took some screenshot. But let me tell you, journaling the screenshot will not help you be profitable. It's not linked to profitability. It's not linked to profitability. It's indirectly linked because you just need to see where you failed. But a screenshot will never tell you why you failed. Never. A simple screenshot will never tell you why you failed. What will tell you why you failed is the mechanical enlightenment, right? Is the mechanical enlightenment. There are other traders who try to go on the mental stage of trading. I don't like it. You having a better mental doesn't mean nothing. You having making sport, eating well, it means nothing. I know that food affects the mood. Food affects the mood, right? It affects the mood, it affects the energy. But let me tell you, no matter how great you eat fruit, veggies, or you have an equilibrium type of food like keto diet, meat, some meat too, chicken, fish, all of those good things. Those good things are never related to your profitability or your greatness. The only thing that create your greatness, right? Even if you are in a bad circumstances, is your hyper elite mechanical state. Because I've always said this. If you have a car and you drive on a highway at 200 kilometer per hour, and you know in your head that your front wheel is broken, can you even reach 200 kilometer? Your emotion will be you will be frightened by the road because you know that your front wheel is not healthy, is not at the right state. So what you need to do is to slow down a bit, right? So all of those mechanical feelings that are wrong, like hesitation, uncertainty, the root cause of a bad mechanical emotion or feeling, or of a bad psychological emotion or feeling, or bad behavior like greedy, or enter in a trade due to boredom, is a blind mechanical state. Because you are blind mechanically, you cannot see where when your will is wrong, and you don't even know how to fix it. Let us say that you are blocking a highway, your front wheel has a damage, and you don't know how to fix it by yourself, or you don't have tools to fix it. Let me tell you, even if you know that you have a bad wheel, but you don't know how to fix it, and you don't fix it, those bad emotions will still exist because mechanically the problem is not solved. So the only functioning that affects the whole rest of the thing are those three: anticipation, size, and volume. You need to know that inside this anticipation, there's all of those theory of fractal theory, direction trigger, and all. Only inside anticipation, there are a lot of theory inside to anticipate. Size theory and volume theory are almost the conclusion of theory, but there is a bounce theory inside. So the only thing that creates the best of the best emotional state is the mechanical. What I mean at the end of my yappery, is that right? Your mechanics, right? Mechanics give you a great psychology. Like your emotion will be great, everything will be great. You will not be missing, you will not be fearing, you will not be having anxiety before you enter, you will not be letting the trade go till you see a take profit of risk reward of 4, but you don't take, then the trade fall back down at 0. You will not be having this type of stupid behavior when you have unrealized gain that are very too much, and then you see keep letting the trade go, and then you lose again. No, you don't have it. You will not have it when you are mechanically great with the 14 theories. It is the mechanical that creates a great psychological state. It's not the inverse, right? So now the best cycle even is not you knowing your emotion, your feelings. It's not like mental life. It's not food. Food will not affect. Food can affect to a certain level. But what I want to mean is that your presence beat bad psychology and trade miss out. You missing out a trade because in the morning. You're missing out a trade because in the morning you had too much work, you couldn't take a trade um, because maybe because you were sleeping or at 8 let us take this trade for example. You being a great mechanical trader means that you know exactly that at this level this fall down of the Nasdaq, the trade will fall down, the Nasdaq will fall down there because you have the Tenkan reaching VRS candle at this level. This candle is the Tenkan reaching VRS because on daily Tenkan is already inside a resistance on the left. So you have it, and then you also have a double Tenkan VRS on weekly, just right here. Exactly. So, and the trade is the candle was this one. So what I want to emphasize about all of this is that, right, bro, listen, if you are mechanically great this way, right, and you know that you are already the trade is already at this level. Let us say that you took this trade. What is the trade even? Let us say that you took a trade here on 4 hour. Let us say you took a trade here, you place the stop loss, the stop loss just above them. What you should know is that the candle where you take a trade, it is 12 a.m. in the morning. 12 a.m. in the morning, right? It is 12 a.m. At 12 a.m., most people sleep, right? But you need to be awake. So if you want to have a great presence, you need to be awake when your setup is on point, when your setup arrive. Why should you be awake? Because if your mechanical skills doesn't let you stay awake, something else will make you awake. You should not be sleeping. What will awake you can be your kids if you have little kids. It can be your boss calling you. It can be thief attacking your house. I need to defend yourself. It can be a bad news. So there are already a lot of other things that can make you stay awake at 12 a.m. in the morning. So why your trading goal doesn't make you stay awake? You don't want those trading results of changing your life. So the presence is the best psychological, like the best psychological level, the highest one, the hyper elite psychological level is to be present. There are some people who are very busy during work. Let us say, for example, let us look at this which trade. Let us say, for example, this trade was at 12 p.m. But at 12 p.m., you are still working. You have a very huge engagement at work, and then you couldn't take this long trade on this Kijun inverted to the downside. Will it be even normal for you to start complaining again? You are not present during your setups, and it is not good. You are missing trade. You are missing trade. And that will not help you at all, at all, at all. So if you want to have the best psychological level, presence is the best psychological level because it beats bad psychology. Bad psychology are those bad emotions. Those are bad emotions, fear of missing out, hesitation, fear of entry, if you're greedy stop loss, greedy take profit, and missing out trade. Presence alone make you be on the chart when your trade is activated. Presence alone. Now, second thing is like your emotional coldness. No smile when you win. No discount. No no disgust when you lose. Why smiling when you win? There's no point of you smiling when you win. I find no point because it's like, let us say, for example, you took this trade to the downside, like you took a trade and then the trade is now at this bottom level. Are you surprised that you are winning this trade? Are you surprised? At the point that you are smiling, you are having a huge banana in your face. Are you surprised? Like, till you are smiling like this, pretending to be the greatest. It's not a surprise that you win. You are an hyper elite trader. Not a surprise. You should not be surprised. It's an evidence. Are you surprised? By the way, this trade could have been predicted because you could have just do the size theory like this from this point in the air on daily till Kijun is touched. So at this level, even when you enter in 4 hours, you know that the trade will arrive at this point at the bottom. So you are not surprised. Why are you smiling? And let me tell you, the problem with smiling is that even good things can make you poor. Even good behavior, like or let me say good behavior, but that quote to quote good behavior can keep you poor because right, if you smile, your trade must go down. You smile already with a huge banana when you still have $0. You take a position and then you smile. You have not even yet withdraw your position at the bottom here, like $10,000 on MetaTrader 4, and then you are already giving your brain the secret of they call it the reward. You are rewarding your brain to have take a position, but the position is not even rewardable yet. You are already smiling. It means that your brain, when you will see your $10,000, you know what your brain will do to you. Your brain will tell you to go and chill a little bit. $10,000 is small. Let it run further for even $20,000, and then for this moment, just go and play video games, go and chill with your girlfriend, go and laugh a little bit, go and think about your haters, and then what will happen is that the price will then reverse and give you back $0 because you have been giving you a reward with a huge matter worth $10,000. Meanwhile, you have not even yet withdraw that $10,000 for real. It's just an unrealized gain. And that unrealized gain was even still at $0. And you smile so much because you want to brag about what. Is it a surprise that you are good? You're not it's not a surprise, you are an hyper elite trader. You are an hyper elite trader. There is no problem about winning. Winning doesn't surprise you. That's why I said that, like, dollars, winning trade, passing problem challenges, growing your capital is already an act. It's natural to you as an hyper elite level trader. So you should not be smiling for that. You should not be smiling for this, for something that you see like this, right? You should not be smiling. You should be cold. Remove this banana. This banana is useless. It's useless for an hyper elite trader. What you must have is a cool face, looking at it like in a way that if it doesn't even work that way, you'll be surprised, like, why are you not working that way? Not in a bragging state or ego state. You should just be, why are you not working that way? In a way that if is not working the way you you have anticipated, you have the ability to fix it in less than 5 seconds. And also, if you take a bad trade, let us say that you had a bad timing, let us say that you sold from this point and then you place a stop loss here. It means that you will lose, right? So when you lose, don't be disgusted. Like being disgusted, you place your mouth like this. You are like depressing. Why are you depressed? You should not be depressed. An hyper elite trader is not like when he lose, he's affected like for 5 seconds. Then he go back to the chart and see what happened that made him lose. And then the next trade he takes it. Pep Guardiola said one day that the greatest player that we played with, like Kevin De Bruyne, Lionel Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Sergio Busquets, Ribery, Robben, they have the ability when they miss a pass, when they make a wrong pass, right? A wrong pass, even if that wrong pass make them concede a goal, make them concede a goal, right? Make them uh, make them take a goal against themselves due to that wrong pass. They will not start to beating themselves to depression in game. Never. They will just say, I made a wrong pass. They scored. But after the score, it will just last 5 seconds of 5 seconds of realizing that that was a bad pass, bad pass. But they will not start being depressed. Depression will not take them in game. Never. They pass over bad events so quick. They take things very quick during the game, right? You should be like those type of hyper elite player, the goat, hyper elite player, like those goat. You should not be depressed. You should not be disgusted. Why do you call even disgusting when you lose? You should be emotionally cold. Only 5 seconds. When you lose a trade, it's only 5 seconds, and then after that loss, you forget. You forget this loss as you have forgotten that you just went to the toilet to shit. You forget that loss after 5 seconds. Who between us, right? Between us that we are listening to this, still remember when he went to the toilet to shit 5 minutes ago? No. When you get out of the toilet, you have already shitted and then it's done. It's for the past. That's how a losing trade feel like. 5 seconds, I'm out. I've already shitted. 5 seconds, I'm out. Now what do I look? I look for healthy food. I look for eating well. Now, right? I look for making for because having good decision, having good reasoning, good hyper elite reasoning is not new to you. It's not strange. It's not like a luck. It's not luck. People who are depressed is because like when they lose a trade, they know that if they would have won, it would have been luck. That's why they are depressed. I was like this, very depressed. Before I knew these 14 theories, I was very depressed because I knew that if I would have won this one, it would have been long trade to the downside. Now I lost it all. When will I have it again? This week has already passed. Will I see again another trade like this? Man, I started becoming depressed. And it's not good because that is when you rely on luck or good faith when good trade happen. But you don't have the ability to have the size theory to size up a good trade because this trade is sizable from daily. You know, it's sizable. So when an hyper elite doesn't rely on luck, you rely on 14 theories. Hyper elite trader rely on 14 theories. Those 14 theories are so great that when he miss a trade, it's like just shitting or pooing or farting somewhere. When you fart, it lasts a little bit more than 5 seconds. But after those farting seconds, farting minutes, the fart disappears. You just have to put the AC and or a perfume. It doesn't last on depression. So what I want to tell you is that don't be disgusted. Emotional coldness. You should be just cold because you already mastered the size theory. Now, the last thing will be your social silence for psychology, because those are the three elements for psychology. That's the greatest psychology level. You should not be showing your screen or talking about your result. Let me tell you why you should not be showing your screen or talking about your result as an hyper trader. You see, you have three types of traders. You have many types of traders. You have amateur, those noobs who don't know how to trade, pro trader, elite trader, right? And then the last one is hyper elite trader. You realize that if you go and show your screen or you talk about your result to the categories above, you realize that their thinking patterns, the way they think, affects the way you view the market, affect your theory. Mostly if you are still fresh to the hyper elite reasoning. So when you start showing your screen, they will give you their perspective, their idea. And let me tell you something. An hyper elite trader follows exactly what I just gave. There's no such thing as I have a different perspective than you, so um, you should also respect me and accept me. Like you will see an elite trader telling you about the strategy and his perspective. No, you can understand this perspective, but it's not actually the time for you to actually accept it, because you need to first of all anchor what I told you. Mm. You need to anchor what I told you about hyper elite level in trading. Upper elite theories that I've shown you is because I figure out trading. I figure out this trading game with those 14 theories. I figured out. So everything that amateur pros and other people will tell you about trading doesn't even match the hyper elite that I just created. I know that. I'm very conscious about that, about what I created in trading, about what I delivered, what I saw. The language system that I've just created in trading mechanically, I figure out trading. So don't get affected by so-called elite trader who are making origin money. They can affect your mental. They can affect your mental. Just stay focused on your hyper elite reasoning first. When you will be very anchored by the 14 theories, right? You will have figured out the trading, but don't let you shake. So that's why I advise you to not show your screen, to not show your result to beginner noobs. Beginner noobs have, or even pros, they have like, because they start to understand that they start to read. They feel like they have something to say and people must follow them. Nobody must follow them. Only hyper elite traders have the greatest way to trade mechanically. I mean mechanically, because the trading that I bring in the market is for investor, swing traders, day traders, scalpers, all in one. All of this in one. And it will change the game. So focus on the 14 theories. Don't let other people's mindset, thinking patterns to affect you. I've given you all the greatest one. Don't let them. Now, when you have mastered the hyper elite reasoning of the 14 theories, now you can listen to them, what they have to say. And you realize that I've figured out so much the trading game that there is no much to say again about what I created. So you realize that you have actually the Zambe mode, because I made the research. What I did is that I created this course, but it's actually a result of research that I needed to pull out, to show to the world. But I created it as a course, like just to match the the wording of the game of the whole industry. Everybody create a course. Let me create a course, because there is no actually a scientist call a scientist meeting for trading so that I can go and deliver my papers, right? So I created a course so that everybody can get the access to them. So those are the, finally, what I wanted to make clear is that you only have to be a Zambe. To get in the Zambe mode, you need to have anticipation for mechanically anticipate. You need to have the size as a goal, not money. You need to see clearly volume. You need to see clearly volumes so that the size that you have anticipated are right. Then psychologically, I'm not talking here about emotion. I'm talking about like the psychological, the cycle that I'm talking about are the cycle that brings you money, like presence. When you are present, when your setup appears, it means that you will take that setup and then you take profit. You enter and take profit. Emotional coldness. When you have emotional coldness, right, you are cold. It means that you will not miss out take profit. I will not miss out entry. No laughing, no bragging, no nothing. And when you are socially silent, you will not be affected by any people perspective or idea. You'll be cold. But what creates the other one in this case, because those are the greatest of the greatest of the greatest level. When I call the level of Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, Stephen Curry. This is the level. Lewis Hamilton. This is the level right here. The hyper elite level. Both of this one. You need to add up the two and be very silent and be very mechanically precise about what you do. So let us look at the next theory.